Hello guys, this is Mark's AC3 here. Finally, the review of AC3. Now this game, I was very excited about for several reasons. I'm a huge AC fan. Love the franchise, love it to pieces. I thought the last two games were a bit mediocre, um, but that's the nature of the franchise. You got to take the rough with the smooth. However, this latest installment to the grand narrative is again one of those games where you want to love it, but you can't quite do it for several reasons. Um, Firstly, uh, graphically, this game was in development allegedly for like almost 4 years, and I do accept that that it is an open world game, and there are going to be some glitches, but the enormity of what I've found so far, and I'm on sequence 8. And there will be a video update on what I think about the total story of the entire game. Um, is ridiculous in my opinion. I mean, personally, what were they doing in beta testing? Were they just sitting on their arse, just like eating cereal? Like, guys, what do what do you reckon we should do about this, spazzy horse that's like appearing on our on our screens so like so often? I don't know. Maybe we should just let it go out as it is, as a datum. You know, that that type of thing should not happen. Not with a big franchise like this. I'm sorry, you know. And secondly, story. It's okay. It's not brilliant. It's okay. I have some major issues with characters, um, and their wider involvement in the whole sort of story in which this game is set. Um, However, I do believe, on the whole, they've done relatively well. And there are some, as I said, some major things that I will get into in this video. I'm just trying to give you a general idea of what I think. So, you know, graphically, I don't think they did too great with that, as I've already said. Story-wise, um, again, there's some characters such as Achilles, and if you don't want to know any spoilers from this point on, then just skip to the verdict, or you might want to skip ahead just a couple of minutes till I get to my general opinion on gameplay. But characters such as Achilles, you're kind of left thinking to yourself, what the fuck, you know? I'm totally confused here. For example, he's left the Order allegedly. He's a character within North America who's left the Order, right? Who's fine. However, there's been some recent Templar activity under Hafen, who's leading this tiny expedition to influence the wider sort of geopolitical situation that was happening during this period. Um, and all the while they're trying to find this sort of ancient ruin. Um, but as I was saying, sorry, um, that there are such characters as like Achilles that you start scratching your head over, really start scratching your head over. For example, why is he so despondent with the Order? Why has he left it? Why isn't there anyone else other than him in North America? Why, why is is the ancient alien technology with the North American Indians? Okay, it kind of explains the whole sort of like the mythology with their spirit guides and stuff like that. And I do understand that this is a story, but something as important as that should not be left unexplained, in my opinion. Mm, you know, and why is it that you are meant to you know sort sort out this one particular person? Why there's just so many questions, so many questions. However, I think the wider sort of, grand narrative of the American Revolution was a fantastic idea, and I commend, I say this again, I commend the development team for taking such a huge leap with this idea, because it could have gone wrong for them, I think. It really could have, because at first you could have alienated um, your your British audience. As you can tell, I'm British myself, so but I don't really care what happened in the in the American Revolution. So odd to say for a student that's doing a politics degree, but I just think we've come too far to worry about things like that as human beings, basically. So I think, but there are some out there that would sort of turn their noses at such a leap. Um, so I take my hat off to them. Secondly, the as I said, the glitches are a major issue on some occasions, but they're the game breaking glitches. Game breaking. We literally have to start the whole freaking mission again. And you don't want to be doing that. I mean, like, there was one incident when I was in the middle of a battle. We're not talking a tiny little freaking, tiny, like, little engagement with some guards. No, we're talking about a fucking battle. A huge, set piece, motherfucking battle. That was really important for the progression of the game. And it crashed. It didn't crash once. No, it crashed 3 times. Now, you know, I know what some of you might be saying. Well, have you checked your PlayStation? Yes, my PlayStation is fucking fine. It is fine. It's a brand new model. I have the original 60 gig model, and I also have a 320 gig model. It's fine. So there was no issue with that. It's fucking this, people. The development team should have really paid attention to some of those glitches. Secondly, I don't think there's enough sort of story development in terms of certain characters, such as between uh, Desmond's father and Desmond. I know you found out a little bit with Revelations what happened with Desmond, with the whole sort of strange section with Subject 16 and things like that. And you also found out a bit more about the modern Assassin's Order, but generally I don't think there's enough character development, and I would like to see more, but I'm sure um, the development the development teams are on the heels about that. And with this whole thing with the hunting mechanic, it's already been done, for fuck's sake. There's a little game called Red Dead Redemption, people. I don't think you ever heard of it. I'm sorry if that sounds sarcastic, but it's already been done. However, and something that I will sort of take my hat off to is the fighting mechanics. Sometimes they're a bit annoying, and I do accept that. They are relatively difficult to get a hold of and grasp. But once you do, you find it very rewarding. You know. Another gripe that I might bring up is that I feel that there's little or no puzzles involved in this game, and I thought that was a brilliant and sort of side sort of thing to the whole experience, and that's gone, and I'm very, very sad to see it go. There may be some puzzle-based things later on in the game, but as I said, I'm only on 6.8. But so far, I'm not impressed with it, really. I mean, there were so many things that I was expecting. I was expecting an entire overhaul of the whole graphical engine. There is no difference, in my opinion. No difference. Apart from a few lighting changes, maybe. Um, but on the whole, I believe that this is an above average game. I'm I'm leaning towards a 7 or an 8. You know, so I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and give it an 8. One being an absolutely terrible game, and you should not buy it at all. It should not even appear on your radar, let alone anything else. And 10 being an absolutely fucking amazing game. You might just in your pants sort of experience. Um, but yeah, this is Mark's 1887 signing off.